Hello, everyone. You're here with Sean Brooks, the realtor, aka the real estate guy, and I'm creating a special video tonight that I don't think has ever really been done out there on the internet. But many people, um, when a realtor lists a home and the home hits the market and it gets a lot of traffic, but it's not converting, right? What do I mean converting? It's not converting from showings to an offer. And why is that? Many people will say, why is my house not selling? Many realtors, when we do research on a house, will come up with a suggested list price. All right. Now, what we suggest and what a seller wants sometimes does not match up. And in many cases, it doesn't. We're the bearer of the truth in many cases. And many sellers want to sell for more money. And that can be dangerous. And why would I say that could be dangerous? Because with the internet today, with information being all over the place that's accessible to the consumer, they're definitely looking. So they will know without the realtor telling them when the person purchased the house and how much they purchased it for. This is very common. They will say this to a buyer's agent. Now, the listing agent, right? I'm a listing and buyer's agent. I can be a person, or if you need somebody to help you sell. I wear both hats, so I know both sides. Okay, so as the listing agent, the dangerous part about pricing a house, right, is three ways that you can price a home. You can price it under market, slightly under market. You can price it at market or a little bit above, and then you can go for the gusto. All right. Now, what will happen is this: it's three different results from the three different situations on how you price it. If you price it below market, right, it's going to attract way more buyers, and you potentially, the theory is you're going to get multiple offers. Okay. And in many cases that will happen. And I will show you in this video a few houses that I've done that for. Okay. Um, then I will show you, houses that you price like right slightly above the market price that has a different results. And pretty much what I mean by results is days on market. So days on market, the house will actually jump off the market quicker when you do below market value. You don't want to go too far because then somebody might think there's something wrong with the property. But when you go too high, a person might tour the property, but take it from me. The realtor is doing the research. The buyer is doing the research. And why is this important? All right. The reason why this is important, especially to the list agent, if I price it too high and then you even get a contract, like luckily, right? The appraiser, like when we did our research to list the property, we're doing exactly what the appraiser is doing. We're looking for comps that tells us that that property is worth that, right? So I've normally over the last almost 10 years, I haven't been off between the list price that it should be and the appraisal price by more than $1,000. I got an inside bet running with my guys, and I've been holding it down in that department. All right, so now let me explain something. I got some properties up here. It hit the market and it did not sell. And we're going to go through and I'm going to show you and I'm going to tell you the reason why I think a property did not sell. All right. So let me look for a good one. I'm just going to pick one. And we're going to look at the pictures. All right. So the outside, as you can see, that looks new, right? But I want you to pay attention to something. That right there, problematic. Okay. So what does that say to a buyer? Cha-ching, it costs money. All right. Now the pictures are not great, right? So pictures are very important on the internet. And I'll explain why. These are not the best pictures. And I'll show you the difference a little bit later. So let's pick. Okay, I like this one. All right. Again, pictures are just okay. All right. So as a realtor, right, my suggestion in this particular room just to change that carpet. Now I understand that's a cost. That right there, pink bathroom, again, you might want to change that up because if you're catering to like just let's say this is a male, they're seeing work. They gotta paint that unless they like pink. Um, this kitchen, the kitchen is more specific for whoever the seller is right now, right? It doesn't cater to a wide audience, right? So these are reasons, right? Why the house hits the market and it doesn't do what the seller wants it to do. All right, this could be neater, right? People will look at that, right? Okay, so why would somebody look at that? Because they say this is not neat. They wonder how did the person take care of the house? And I mean, this is just clothes or whatever, but I'm giving you the insight to what we go through as agents, right? This is mighty busy, very busy, right? Some people it might hurt them, like if they got a special condition, that's too busy, right? So again, that's work. All right. We're not picking on a house, right? But I'm telling you the insights to what people, the feedback that we get as we tour houses, right? Now, this is only a few. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change this up a little bit. Let me change it. We'll do. I'm gonna add way more to the mix, okay? Because I want to get some more in here, okay? So calling it done there. Okay. All right. All right. So I know about this one. Took a look at this one, right? So it's not bad, but what do you see? You see right here, roof tarp on there. All right. So let me give you some numbers. All right. So the roof will probably be about 20,000, maybe more. Could be 20 to 24,000, possibly, right? Based on estimated size from what I'm seeing. All right. So just think. I want you to think, right? And you might see it, you might understand it right now. You follow me? This is the first picture. So the way the internet works with selling houses, the pictures are very important and the order can be very important. Because I click here as a consumer, and then I click here. All right, I'm already seeing a problem, right? I might not click there. I might stop right away. Don't even go on to the next picture, right? So the pictures are very, very important. And this is not only for consumers, this is for younger realtors that's getting into business. You want to pay attention to your pictures. You want them crisp, you want them clear, you want them to really be nice, professionally done, most likely. All right, let's go to one that's costing some money. So we'll go some real true money. All right. We'll go. Okay. I'm gonna look at this one. And the reason why I'm gonna look at this one, because this is some of the techniques and the tricks that it's not even really a trick, but some of the techniques that I use. So this one has the kitchen. Why is that picture the first picture? Because the kitchen and the bathroom sells houses. Okay. Regular residential houses. Okay. Um, duplex, triplex, multi units, they can be a little bit different. But if you got a great kitchen like that in there, I would use that picture, right? And then boom, look at that. They showing you up close. Then they show you that, right? Now you're clicking, right? You want to see more. You click again, you want to see more. That's looking good too, right? Boom. That looks good. That's fair. But now you up to 7, 8 pictures. Now you see the outside, right? You put on the list, right? So if you got a banging kitchen, lead with that one, right? And if you don't lead with that one, I would have led with this one. And then soon as you click this one, the next one will be that kitchen. Because I need to hold you. I need you to say, I'm gonna put that house on the list. I wanna see that house, right? Hold on, let me see. That was interesting because yeah, it's the same house, right? Um, properly listed twice. Okay, properly listed actually 3 times. Jeez, how'd that happen? All right, so now you're seeing, and hopefully you're following me, right? That this is how you keep a person. This expired for some reason, and I would be curious, like, why did that expire and it didn't sell? Only thing I can say is the style, because it's a ranch home. Some people don't like ranch homes. All right, 16 days. That's not enough days on the market. All right, so something is going on there. Beautiful kitchen, right? Okay. It's weird that these houses are being listed multiple times. I didn't think that was possible. All right. So 45 days on the market. All right. Outside is just fair. Okay. Too many pictures on the outside right there. I probably wouldn't have showed that just yet. And look, you're seeing problems right there, right? And what I mean by people really analyze, they look, right? All right. They might not say, okay, that's a major problem. Some people will say, all right, I'll do it. And some people won't say, I'll go see it. All right. So the concept here would be to put the best shot like early in the series of pitches, right? You can get these in there later on, but not everybody is aware of how to structure it. Like I would have put this kitchen, got that kitchen up there very early, right? Get the kitchen up there so people can see it, right? I probably wouldn't use this shot. Too much stuff, not in order, not neat, right? I would have used that shot, right? That's fair. That's okay. I'm really detailed in it, right? So I'm gonna put these shoes away. We're gonna get that in the closet, right? And then take the shot. All right. All right. This is interesting. They got a refrigerator. Looks like a refrigerator in the bedroom. All right. So that's a nice shot. Okay. So why didn't it sell? Could be price, right? I would have to analyze and figure out this neighborhood and see what are the comps. They had a price reduction. So is the number 350, 345? You have to go in and as the agent do some research. All right, so let's jump on the next section. All right, now I want to show you something. This is a house that I sold. When I met this couple, the house did not look like this. We discussed a game plan and what needed to be done. Now, when I discuss this game plan with you, it's a couple things I want people to take in consideration. You got to do the work, right? And it can't be done cheaply. You can't think cheaply and then expect for the number to be high as far as the offer that you get. Now, I'm going to show you something. This right here is a price increase. So that's not the original price that was listed for the house. But because of the work and negotiations, I got them more money. So let's look. Now, why would I use this picture? That brick is nice. People like brick homes, right? It's a beautiful brick home on the outside, right? I used that picture twice. Okay, now I lead in with this one. Because I led in with this one was because that's a nice shot, right? Boom, you show it from a different angle and you show it from a third angle because the kitchen in this house is smaller, right? You show that angle. Now we get to the kitchen, right? But this kitchen was remodeled and it's a nice looking kitchen, right? So dive in. There we go, right? Dive in. Now you see it from a different angle. I showed laundry because laundry is important because in that particular area, you know, a lot of houses don't have the laundry, right? This shot was showing the detail of the steps that the husband actually worked on. And then I show you the living quarters, right? The living room. Now, the object is the holder. Now, it was a discussion because I posted this property. It says in a bad neighborhood. Well, bad neighborhoods don't matter, right? I mean, everyone has to live. Okay. So I want you to keep that in mind, right? But here is the details. 145. I end up closing this one for 152. right? So that was just another example, right? Of when you do it right and you don't try to cut corners and you get everything done. Let me see if I can find, let's go up. Because now what I'm doing is with this listing is I'm guiding you along, guiding you through. So now you're gonna want to see more, right? Big size bedroom in this area, right? It could be multiple things. They staged it to look like this, but this could be where you have computers for the kids and they can do homework, or you can make it a area where you could watch TV. But everything was done to plan. Now, let's see if it shows it. 10 days on the market, right? 10 days. So I didn't overprice this house, but I priced it in a sweet spot because another one sold down the street for that 150-ish mark, 160, but it was bigger. So when I'm going through and doing the CMA, we're gonna do the comps. I'm dead on. If a seller wants more, we call it greed. And when the market was everything was flying off the shelf, it worked. Now we're more back into a market that's been shrunk. It's been the prices must come down. So prices are coming down. All right. So I'll show you another reason and things that people um will see in a house just online, but if they see it up person, it can turn them off. So this house is located in a beautiful popular area in Delaware. All right. This is not the original listing order. I switched it back because this shot right here is showing you the impression that is something going on with the roof. So this listing that I had, my broker, we have meetings as realtors and we will discuss things weekly, professionally, all offices pretty much this goes on throughout the country for the most part. And they will have discussions. So my broker decided to bring this one up because I'll show you price wise, right? What it did. But this is what it did. And this one was a situation. So the house was on the market 231 days. That's like a record for me, right? But you can fight a seller. You can fight a seller on price because they believe, and most people believe that their houses are worth more money than they truly are. All right. I see a house from a neutral standpoint. I don't live in it. I don't own it. I see it from how it matches up. And this one was price reduction, right? But if I use this picture, right, and I tested this because I have an IT background. So whenever you create an ad, you test the ad to see how it's performing. When I led with this picture, the engagement and how long people were clicking was down. When you change this picture to another picture, right, and I think I used like that picture, right, and it's the reason why I use this picture, because it held. It's a little bit more richer, and so I use and I didn't use this shot, right, because the kitchen it's not a kitchen that wows anybody. The kitchen was actually outdated. This is like something from 20 years ago, and you can tell by the cabinet in that, right? You can tell by the refrigerator. And my suggestion was to upgrade the kitchen. Now, be it not all situations and all sellers can afford to upgrade it, but my company, we have a service. We will upgrade the kitchen for you at no cost initially. But when the house sells, that's when the company gets paid. So the concept is if I made some renovations to this property, I then could have sold it for more money. All right. What turns people off? This is custom paint. When you got close to it, it almost looked like drywall. I mean, wallpaper. Like that's a custom paint job, right? So that's custom to the current owners. I suggested many things to change this to then try to net them more money. Like that was the goal, right? But people will fight you for several different reasons. And then when the house doesn't sell, everyone asks the same question. Why is my house not selling? And then I mean it's very simple. It's price, condition. Price and condition goes along, right? So this right here spells out work. That right there doesn't spell out work because it's going to be empty. But this paint, many people might not like it. So that means they got to put the work in to get it to the way that they like it, right? Where if it was neutral paint, you might get people to move in and they're okay with it. This right here, I don't know if you can see it, but if you look right here, right? And I'm gonna point out something. So maybe because you might didn't see it exactly. Getting a cramp. Dang. All right, let me. Okay, stood up. All right, so you might didn't see it initially, right? But just look here. Recess, recess, and that spread out. Right here, it was another recess. He closed it. Right here, another recess, another recess. He closed it, but you can see it in the paint, right? So people automatically say, well, I got to fix that. Ah, ah, ah. They automatically say that, right? So that right there spells out work. So if you look, I'll show you. See if we can get it. If you look at this, we started out very high, right? And it took me some time to work this thing down, to work it down, right? So the reason why it was 375 was very, very simple. It was simply this. If you take and add 20,000 to that 375, upgrade kitchen, paint, do all those things, you then hit that 395 mark, right? So when most people are going through this, and this is not most likely a first-time home buyer in this particular case for the money, they're going to automatically analyze the property and say it needs work. All right. And they start calculating. This is the way a buyer thinks, right? Automatically, right? Now, this property, this is one of the beautiful gems. So just look at it. Look at that picture. That picture pops like crazy, right? It's very nice. Okay. Let's go through. Why did I leave with the kitchen? The kitchen was new. The kitchen was remodeled. The kitchen is white. And then I show you, boom. And I show you the back space, right? So that's how much land that you're getting with that property. And then I show you the aerial view, right? So what does this shot tell you? That this house next door is getting a pool put in, right? So a pool is going in, so you have enough room to put a pool to. For anybody that's looking to have a house with a pool. Shows you the aerial view, it shows you that, shows you the back, and then I break it down and drop into the house. Clean, very, very clean, right? Very, very nice. So when people are looking to spend their money, they analyze and they look at a property. And you want your property to look more like this, right? Because then this is an easier sale. If you notice, I got 47 pictures on this one because I wanted to really accent and show the beauty of this property. And this is not the way this property looked. It just didn't look like that, right? When they bought it. So I walked them through getting stuff done to then get it to market. All right. So keep this in mind. When you're selling, you should think about the buyer, right? You should really look at your property, right? And we offer a unique service, right? Every house will sell. I mean, this is the first thing I learned in real estate when I walked off the street from from brokers that had experience. Everything will sell at the right price. You know, price and condition, it kind of goes hand in hand. You want to buy something at the right price. You don't want to overpay, right? And as a seller, you can't be cheap. Like you just cannot do things cheaply and expect to get top dollar. People see right through um they see through like the cheaper stuff, right? Because it's many properties that's on the market. And generally when you take a client on a tour, they want to see multiple properties. So when you see multiple properties, right, they're doing a comparison against your property and the next one they see or the first one that they saw. Like this is the business. Now, what does the top realtors and all the good realtors teach when you're touring a property? So when we tour properties, right, we basically will educate a buyer and say, don't look past I call it the gems, the glamour, right? Property might look real good, but if you look down, right, you're looking for anything that may have caused the flood, may have caused damage, and then you're looking up when you get to the second floor, you're looking at the roof, right? So if you look at the ceiling and you see that, you know, it was a possible leak in the patchwork that was done, it's kind of shoddy. What it does, it puts in a person's mind, hey, maybe this seller is not telling me the truth, right? And it may be some problems. So anything can basically spook a buyer. What we worry about is sometimes you only get one opportunity to impress that buyer. And the goal is to get a contract. The goal is to try to get a contract as soon as possible, right? So you don't want your houses sitting on the market for a long period of time, right? Each one of these houses has days on the market, right? Days on the market, right? Now, today, currently, the way the market is and it's slowing down a little bit, right? Because of interest rates. What that does with the interest rate is this. So affordability is tied to the interest rate. So at 3%, you could have been qualified for, you know, $500,000 house. At 6%, that $500,000 go down. So it has to do with buying power. So when markets shift directly, it affects everybody that's on the market that's shopping because the rate changed. So it's something as a seller that you have to be concerned about. You have to take that in consideration. So anybody that books the house is an opportunity to impress them. You want the property to look great. The problem in our and for us as realtors, right? And I'm giving the sellers, the potential sellers out here, some insight. The problem for us is we can give you professional advice and we can tell you and suggest everything in the world, but if you don't listen to it, then you know the results are the results. Now I hate taking a long time, right, to sell a property. If I set it right to the right price, then another buyer that bought like lower, right, at the right price may have bought our property. I'm very competitive. I am very, very competitive. I came up playing sports, track, baseball, football, basketball, whatever it was, right? I was in it. And this business is competitive, and I like the competition, but I want to win. So I'm going to spell out every single thing, give you every single tip on how can you sell a property right. I'm the one that's working with buyers. I hear what buyers want. I see what they want. I see what twinkles in their eyes, right? And I'll give you um let me see if I can find it. I can't remember which one it was, so we'll come back to that on another video. Um, but let's touch on something that was out there for a period of time, for a long period of time. Let's see, that was 45 days. All right, so this is one of the sections that I sold in. All right, so that's okay. See, that's not gonna hold nobody. And see, this is like not to and see, I understand why, because this is an older kitchen, right? So what other shots could you have used? I don't know. This is the one that I suggest for, our company to come in and take care of some things. Cause like that's newer, right? But I probably would have addressed like that. Like that's very, outdated as far as color. And this kitchen. All right. So the kitchen and the bath I would focus on to try to get that looking better. All right. The one in the bath is okay. And if I could have did that right, I would have then I could probably get that price of more at the research. Um, all right, let's look because this one expired kind of quickly. And see, this is not bad, right? Because they don't have anything, they don't have the best shot or the best aspect of this property, like a kitchen or a bath. So you switch it. But when you're doing this as a realtor, right, what you want to do is switch up your pictures. So you might have used this series for one, and you mark it, right? And you let that ride and you see how people react to it, right? And then you do a test. You switch your pictures up. You change the order. Some pictures you might not want to use, right? And then see what happens. So this one was out here 20 days and it probably didn't pique no interest. So that's why I was off the market. Um, and that's another thing that's happening. Like houses are hitting the market and the sellers are not getting that reaction that was happening a few months ago, where properties were being booked on a constant basis. The best looking properties get booked no matter what, because again, price and condition. Like this business is not, rocket science or whatever. And it kind of makes sense. And many people are consumers. So they should understand how the consumer actually works when it comes down to spending their money. Now this is in a popular area, Delaware, towns in Delaware. All right. So like this shot was used before. So you eliminate that one. All right. This shot is fine, right? But why would you use you're trying to hold them, right? That's the goal. Boom. Either eliminate that shot, use this shot. Okay, boom. That shot is okay. If you want to use the outside, get rid of this shot. You can get to that shot right there. That's fine. Maybe that one. maybe you can hold the side later, or you use this shot as the first shot and then use that other shot, right? You can mix it up, right? You can really mix it. But see, there's too many shots of this, right? You want to get the person inside, right? That shot is fine, right? Because now you're getting straight to it. Boom. Okay. Sunroom. And you could name the pictures, right? So people understand what they're looking at. Again, nice kitchen. Okay. Might wouldn't have got down to the half bath. Might wouldn't have see, that looks like a basement with a bed in it and a bar. Yeah, it looked like they made this up like a little mini apartment downstairs, maybe. I would say what the names of the rooms are. And like so you're giving up more details so people understand what they're looking at. Um I don't know if you guys noticed it. But let me see. I assume this is the master bathroom. All right. So, but I would put that on there so people know what they're looking at, right? So it helps market the property better. Like now we're getting into some serious money here. All right. So I might be ragging on right now, but I just want to get you guys to understand. All right. Okay, so that's great. That's great. That's great. But let's get down, like I try to tell everybody, let's get down to the nitty-gritty on what people really want. Kitchen. So you don't see the kitchen in this one until 9, right? So many people might stop clicking because okay, that's okay. That's okay. But I would eliminate one of these. Either keep this one, maybe keep that one. No, I would probably get rid of this one, right? Because you showed it from the ground. So they seeing all these the bushes. And then you show it from here so you can see the back. Like that's that shot right there you're looking for. So you're seeing what's going on in the back there. Um, that's okay shot for high ceilings. I probably would have came back, right? I probably wouldn't have went there on this one. I'd have probably went straight to the kitchen area to try to hold people, right? So let's see, right? And then these are like the money areas where people are gonna be interested. That right there is not the greatest shot, but they're trying to show you the office. I don't know if that. See this okay. So stuff like this, right? Because of the size of this bed, right? I don't know how big this bedroom is, but that bed is now making this bedroom look a little tight. And this is what goes through consumers' heads, right? All right. So builder grade bathroom. Okay, that's okay. Average bathroom. I might have suggested let's freshen that up, right? And see those are great. Okay. But your shots, right, are there to hold people. Now, condition wise, right, once the person get into the property, it should look good so that they don't run through and be like, because what people look for when they're touring the property is how much work. All right. And when they say how much work, they're saying work and how much does it cost. Right. So those things are very important. And we got to neutralize that because let's say that buyer is serious about spending money. And then next thing you know, because they toured it, um, and they didn't like what they saw, they don't offer. The name of the game for us realtors is to get people into the property. And once they get into the property, wow them, right? You must wow a person because they want to be happy about the purchase. They want to be, hey, I'm buying a home and it's this, that. If you give the presentation that it needs work, you scare them off because work means money. Work means time, and they may not want to. They may not want to put the work or the time in. Now let's flip over to. I'm gonna do multi units, right? Because I want you guys to understand those. So if you're one of the individuals at a certain age, and you might be older, that you want to go into uh, multi-unit, right? Could be fine, right? Because then you leveraging. So you move into one unit. If the rent is, let's say, 900, I mean the mortgage is 900, then you charge the tenant, 900, and then you live for free, right? So that's the concept. Tenant pays for your lifestyle. It's smart to move into a property, right? Because then you're leveraging. So in the first year, you're not only moving in, but you can monitor the activity of what's going on in the property for 1 year if that's your plan. All right. Now after the 1 year and everything is stable, the tenant pays the rent, right? And sometimes most of the time you're trying to, get a little extra money. So let me break it down. If you want to buy a property and the rent is 900, the quickest way to get to some more money is raise the rent. So I started tenant paying 9. I might tell the current tenant, like, we're going to 1,000. And if you don't, want, then, we can go through the process of evicting you as I'm buying the property. Right. And so then that way I can get somebody in that's going to pay the $1,000. So now I'm making just a little bit of money, 100, but every little bit counts. Right. So let's we break down prices, we break down location. So 2-unit duplex, no pictures really. This one got pictures, right? Now it's 2 ways to look at these properties, right? Typically, landlords that own these properties don't put a lot of money out, right? Okay. But I'm gonna show you what I call doing it the way I would suggest, where now you're gonna get the money because of the work that you put in. So this is one of the newer players on the market. So it's all great. Kitchen is nice. Color, okay. Very nice and neutral. Floors is laminate. Okay, so that looks great. That looks great. And see, this should sell, right? But multi-units, you're looking for a very unique buyer if it's a first-time home buyer. Generally, a lot of investors will purchase these because they understand, right? But price must equal, the condition. All right. So let me see. Yeah, that's the ones on the market. Now let me flip this, right? And I'll show you. Because I want you guys to get a grasp of what happens in the real estate world and how it actually works. Okay. 195 under 200. Let me say. Oh, I forgot. The one I'm looking for, they went under contract and it closed. All right. Now what I want you to say, all right, first I'm gonna show you pending. And under once it's under contract. Okay, Rodney Street. 2-unit, 195. All right. Now I want you to notice that in the pictures, you're not seeing anything that may be signs of problem. You got this shot right here where it's a little discoloration, but it looks like that might be coming from the stove or something like that. So when you get in there, you're gonna really analyze and see. What you want is your paint to be nice, right? You want it to be um you know, nice looking. All right, so that one pending 195, right? Franklin Street. That's horrible. But it looks decent, right? And it's never gonna be too fancy, right? Because you're only gonna get as much rent as the market allows, right? So at 195, that's a good purchase. I'm just looking through like the different properties, right? Under contract, right? One unit. Wow. That's what sold it. These floors and an upgraded bathroom. I mean, kitchen and the bathroom. All right. All right. That's what sold that one. This is another unit. The kitchen is fair. Most likely, new landlord would actually upgrade that, and then they could get some more for the rent. Um, Trying to see. So those are the ones that sold, and pretty much it's going to be because of condition. All right. Now, or is in the process of selling. Right. Now, in the last 180 days, there's been 61 of these properties that have sold. And the reason why, because people are looking for these properties. All right. Now, price dictates why a house will sell too. All right. So I'm looking for one in particular. Um, okay. So this one went for 210,000, right? 43 days on the market. Pictures aren't that great. But see, as you see, it opens up. Right. So it's fair. And multi-units, let me see one that I know was struggling, or did I just miss it? Let me see if it's this one. Oh, that one's pretty nice. Right. It's one of these homestead ones where the condition was not that great. So the house was out there um longer because of condition. Like that one's just okay. Right. Um okay. Like this one is not the best, as you can see, is paint. When they was working on the property on the floor as you come up the steps. So eventually this did sell, right? And it sold um at 180. All right. So things do sell, right? You just got to find that sweet spot for the price. As the realtor, don't panic. You got to do your job. You got to keep analyzing the market. You got to keep suggesting the best things for your client to then be able to get their property sold. This one, let's look at the, it's not bad for 150, right? So what I want you guys to, you guys that's realtors, focus on and hone in your craft. For you guys that's sellers, I want you guys to understand that the details, like the details, right, is the things that sell properties. You want your walls to be smooth. You want your walls to be professionally painted. You, you know, you might want to upgrade the carpet, right? For any multi-unit, you upgrade the carpet no matter what, because it saves you money as far as replacing the carpet every so many years. All right. You can control your cost better by putting down laminate and using that because that's more durable. All right. So now is the time. I've been on here for a while. And what I want to say is if you want further information, if you need to clarify some things that I'm saying, if you want to learn more, just reach out to me. You can go to www. I don't know why I say that. Buy homes. No, buyhomede.com. All right. Let me put it up on the screen. Let's put it up on the screen. A little slow. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, sorry. Buy sell de buysell.dehome.com. So you can go onto this website. This is my website. You can go in here, look through it. You can see what my home is worth. Let's see. And you can reach out and contact me. All right. So contact. All right. Go on the other, on the resource, and then contact. And then you can send me a message, or you can call. You can call to that number. Right. I'm gonna change that in a minute. So it's gonna go to my office. And then it'll route to me. But that's how you can get in touch with me. All right. So you guys take care. View this video, share this video, because I know you got other people that want to sell. I know realtors that's young, they really want to learn their business. They want to learn their craft. And I don't mind like sharing my knowledge. And you can do whatever you want as far as the realtor side. But you want to test your ads, right? You want to test your marketing to see which one engages people more. And I do this with every single listing, right? So I tweak it. I'm always looking at like, hey, I need more people to see it. More people to see it might means more showings, more opportunities, right? Because that's what it means. All right. So you guys take care. I've been on here for a while, and I got to get some rest. All right, like, share, hit that ding button, the bell, you know, so that way when I produce more videos, you'll get a copy.